Well, it's Saturday, and you all know what that means. As you probably can know, New Japan has begun officially with day one of the New Japan Cup. And of course, we have about several matches that will be involved in that. Non-tournament matches, and of course, the regular New Japan Cup tournament matches. And also, they're not the only ones that started their annual tournament, so does Stardom with, of course, the Cinderella Tournament. So we got first round matches as well. However, I will explain a bit of the rules on both sides, so that way you guys can get a clear idea. And as you know, AEW Collision goes home for this one before we head the following day to Revolution. So anything could happen before then. So I can't wait to see what initially will happen. But also, there will be no news updates for today, so it's all about the reviews. So, let's get ready for another episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted Wrestle Zone, all things that is pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J Rod here. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is a channel where we do a lot of pro wrestling reviews from various promotions, not only here in the United States, but also in Japan, Mexico, Canada, Europe, the UK, anywhere in the world pro wrestling is not as big, but it continues to grow. We also, of course, do discussion videos, talk about various topics such as the wrestlers themselves, the promotions, factions, storylines, whatever we want to talk about. We also, of course, do more news updates. If certain information was unable to be on this episode, we can either put it on the next episode or on a separate video by itself. We also, of course, do real-time news updates to keep you guys on alert if something has happened in the world of pro wrestling that needs to be addressed ASAP. We also, of course, got the Nagi Sayaka Watch and various other cool wrestling content as well. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to us so you'll be getting a lot of daily reviews and other cool wrestling content as well. But if you like this episode, please give us a like on the like button or a nice comment in the description down below. Now, all introductions been said, full speed ahead. So let's begin with day one of New Japan's New Japan Cup. Alrighty then. New Japan with, of course, the New Japan Cup. Now, as you know, recently they postponed the show due to the fact that there was a problem with the ring. Seems like they might have taken care of that, and now we're back in business. So this is officially day one. But however, let's begin, of course, with the non-tournament matches, just to be clear on that. Our first match, we have the Young Lions. We have Daiki Nagai and of course versus uh, Katsuya Murashima. Now, there's nothing wrong with watching the Young Lions. Sometimes we have to learn what they're going to do if they will impress us once they're ready to develop themselves before they go on their excursions, during their excursions, and of course when they make it back home. However, I was like impressed by certain aspects. I mean, I did not wear because this match ended with Murashima applying the Boston Crab on the guy, and just like that, he won how by submission. However, I was unaware that I think he might have won it, or I didn't pay attention. He actually won it. He's already second up to him again. So basically, he's 2-0 with Nagai. So that's pretty much what happened. Now, our next match, we have the third generation wrestlers, uh, Tiger Mask, Satoshi Kojima, Hiroyoshi Tenzan, and Yuji Nagata taking on uh, Tomoaki Hamna, Toru Yano, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and of course our current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Hiroki Goto. Now remember, Hiroki Goto will defend his championship against Blue Justice Yuji Nagata, which is going to be an epic match. So that's going to be interesting. However, this is about who out of those two who will build up the momentum until they reach uh, the 15th of March. However, this match ended with Yuji Nagata applying a Runagi suplex hold onto Hamna, and just like that, one, two, three, Nagata actually picked up the win. Now, our next match, we have the members of the United Empire consisting of Jacob Austin Young, Jeff Cobb, and the Great Khan taking on Yado, El Desperado, and El Fantasma. Now, many of you may have heard Jeff Cobb, no, Great Khan will challenge for the New Japan um, World Television title against El Fantasma. Of course, there'll be some complicated ways for both men, not to mention, of course, they're dealing with men who are much bigger. But in the end, it was Desperado with the dos onto Jacob Austin Young, and of course he had to, of course, you know how to put this, pick up the win just like that. However, as soon as the match was over, the lights turned off. Apparently, Desperado just got a brand new opponent who would challenge him for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, and that is none other than Clark Connors. But this time, he's putting him in a hardcore match, which, of course, it's no secret that Desperado has been involved in matches like those in recent years. So basically, he's not too concerned about that, but he's probably going to enjoy himself because Clark Connors will do whatever it takes to destroy Despy once and for all to prove his point. But we'll see what happens until then. Now, our last match before we start the New Japan Cup, we have the United Empire consisting of Francisco Kira, Cal Newman taking on LIJ's Bushi and Tetsuya Naito. Now, Cal Newman, we haven't seen him for quite some time since he injured himself, and now that he's back, I'm sure that he has one thing set on his sight is Tetsuya Naito. Last time he had to lose against him, but of course you'll see moments where Naito will try to attack Newman on his injured leg, but it was uh, Francisco Kira with the Mahistral counter onto Bushi, and just like that, one, two, three, Akira picked up the win. Now, for our New Japan Cup, this is how things roll. If you guys are new to the channel, let me explain a little bit about this. The New Japan Cup is a single elimination tournament. Basically, if you lose a match, you're out. But the winner will get, of course, a shot of the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. I believe last year was Yota Tsuji, but he did not pick up the win. The only way to win in this match is simple, either by submission or pinfall. So that's basically the rules. Now let's begin with our first match. We have Yuya Uemura versus Sanada. Now, of course, many of you know this. Sanada betrayed um, Taichi, Taka Michinoku, what's his name, Doiki, and of course Yuya Uemura, and side with the War Dogs. Now, it doesn't take a genius, and of course, that Sanada and the War Dogs will try to pick up the win. Even Taiji Ishimori was there to ensure that this match goes to Sanada. But luckily, Taka Michinoku and Taichi took care of business with them. But however, things did not go according to plan for Sanada because Yuya Uemura picked up the win when he applied the Superman. And just like that, one, two, three is over. So, Sanada, go back and cry to mommy. So it's over for you, pal. Now, our next match, well, this is no secret. Evil versus Yota Tsuji. Now, of course, Evil thinks that Yota Tsuji, as you all know, he doesn't see him as the future of New Japan. He just thinks that, oh, keep dreaming, kid. You know, it's never going to happen. So he's trying to prevent him from doing that. But of course, whenever Evil goes, that piece of garbage, Dick Togo, is right there. I mean, that's what he does. He tries to ensure that Evil wins. And of course, that's exactly what he did when he threw powder on his face and Evil applied the everything is evil, and just like that is over. And of course, that piece of garbage had to make a mockery out of Yota Tsuji, telling him that he defeated him. But Sooner or later, we're still waiting for Evil to get his ass handed to him when David Finlay catches up to him. I wouldn't be surprised if David Finlay costs him the New Japan Cup. That is something I'm sure it could happen. Now, our next match, we have Rohei Oiwa taking on Chase Owens. Oiwa, I have to say, he has grown so much. I mean, don't forget, he did not do his excursion to the States or in the UK or Mexico like everyone else has. He decided to do an excursion in Noah, and he has grown significantly. And of course, he made his choice to join Zack Sabre Jr., but he was able to pick up the win by submission onto Chase Owens, and just like that, Chase Owens tapped out, and it was all over. Rohit Oiwa moves on. Now, this match right here is a bloody murder type match. Gabe Kidd getting his hands on the person he always looked out for during their time in the LA dojo. We're talking about Ren Narita. Remember, Evil has declared that the War Dogs are expelled from the Bull Club. Now, the real question we don't know is Evil does not have the authority to do what he is doing, and he acts like he does. However, of course, wherever Narita actually decided to get rid of the ref and use of course, the push-up bar, and it did not work in his favor until those dumbasses, Kanemaru, what's his name, Yujiro Takahashi and Sho showed up. But luckily, Drilla Maloney and Taiji Shiburi took care of business, and you know this is going to be into war. But however, it, Gabe Kidd took care of business by knocking him out and then applying two pile drivers just to measure, and just like that is over. But like I said, we're still waiting to see what's gonna happen, because as we know there's gonna be a war between both the War Dogs and the House of Torture sooner or later. So we'll see what happens. But for right now, we are done with New Japan. Let's move on with Stardom. Okay, Stardom. Now, much like New Japan, there is a slight wrinkle to this one. It's also elimination match as well. You lose a match, you're out. You win a match, you advance. However, as I said with New Japan, it's you win by either submission or pinfall. In this tournament, they added a little wrinkle here that that I kind of forgot about over the years. You win either by submission, pinfall, or over the rope. Yes, don't ask me why they added that. I don't even know. So I can't help you guys on that. But it is a good rule. So there are some matches are divided with first round matches, non-title match, non-tournament matches. So we're gonna go through all of that in that kind of fashion. So let's begin with the first two matches in the first round of the Cinderella Tournament. We have Akira Kutage taking on Rana Yagami. So nothing too. I'm not too coy about this match because I wasn't too sure, but I had a feeling that, of course, Rana Yagami was going to win, and she did by applying some sort of kick coming off the top side of the corner of the turnbuckle, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Our next match, we have Rina taking on Yuria Him. I have to say, Yuria Him has did pretty well for herself, but however, it was not enough because, of course, Rina, being who she is, was able to pick up the win with the Pink Devil, which is like a gory bomb, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, she advances. Our next match, we have a bit of a five-way match. We have Fukigen Death versus Waka Tsukiyama versus Koguma versus Meisira versus Yuvia. So that's right, Yuvia from CML also was there too, which was interesting as well. I wasn't too sure exactly how this was going to end, but in the end, it was Yuvia with, of course, um, with Walk a submission onto Waka, and just like that, she gave out. But what's interesting during the post match comment is that Yuvia was trying to say something. Waka was trying to, of course, try to weasel her way out, saying, oh, she's going to join EXV, but Koguma wasn't playing that jerk. She probably figured that's not what she's saying, but it seems that Yuvia is getting in touch with her her bear pose, which was really fun. Our next match, we have a three-way tag team match. We have the Cosmic Angels, Yuna Mizumori and Sayuri Anu taking on Neo Genesis, Suzuki and Azumi versus Stars, Saya Ida and Azuki. Now, of course, I know we're going to be talking about the Cosmic Angels, but we know that they have to push forward. Hopefully, that they find a way to ensure Tam walks away with the win next month. But right now they have to focus in this three-way match. But one thing led to another. This match ended when Azumi accidentally misfired onto Zuzu, allowing for Azuki to apply the Magistral on Zuzu, and just like that, 1, 2, 3 is over. So basically, Cosmic Angels did not win or lost, but it was Stars. They walked away with the win. Now, our next match, we have our next two matches. We continue more with the Cinderella tournament. We have Azusa Inaba versus Rian. Well, I had a feeling this match was going to fall in favor of Rian with Azusa Inaba, with her having more experience than Rian. And she picked up the win when she applied like a somewhat of a pump kick into her face. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Our next match, we have our current future champion, Hina, taking on CML's Tabata. Pretty good match, not gonna lie. I have to say, Hina has been put through the test, and this time she lost to Tabitha by submission. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Tabitha challenges for the future belt. I don't know if she has the qualifications of either being under 21 or if she is in the 3 year experience gap, which, of course, it could happen. So we'll see. Our next match is a non-tournament match. We have Godseye, Saki Kashima, and Shuri taking on Stars, Momokogo, and Mayu Utani. Now, of course, Saki Kashima, as you know, has long history with Mayu. I'm sure Mayu hasn't forgotten Saki Kashima's betrayal for many years to join when she joined Oedo Tai, even though she's no longer with that group. However, I'm sure Mayu Utani was not too pleased what happened the last time. If you guys remember, Saki Kashima pulled a fast one on Hanan to pick a win against her, so meaning that she was looking for a way to, of course, make sure they have an opportunity for the tag belts. But however, Mayu picked up the win on Kashima when Kashima was attempting to apply the Kishikase on her, but Mayu was able to counter it with the Magistral, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Now our next two matches, we go back to the first round of the Cinderella tournament. Our first, our match is Raka versus Sayaka Kurara. I have to say this was a very impressive match. Now, many people have given high praises to Kurara ever since she debuted, and now it's like she's more determined than ever. I'm sure she is motivated with the fact that she has to do whatever it takes to pick up good wins to make, of course, Tam Nakano proud of her. And of course, with the shenanigans with Hate, as they always do, she could have lost this match, but however, she picked up a huge win when she got Raka out with the when she went over the top, and just like that, she won. Last year, she won by default in her first round, but the second round she lost to Raka, and now she's back on track. I think many people are speculating, what if Kurara wins and she wishes for Tam Nakano to return? I mean, I'll explain that a little bit so everybody can understand. I think I failed to mention that. So, we'll get to that. Our next match, we have Lady C versus Miyu Amasaki. Now, it's no secret these two ladies know each other too well as former members of Queen's Quest. As you know, Lady C has grown up little by little, but Amasaki has been, of course, grown so much. However, Amasaki was able to pick up the win by pinning her, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Now, our next match, we have a non tournament match. We have the members of Hate, more specifically Tekla and Natsuko Tora, taking on EXV's members Mina Shirakawa and Maika. Now, Maika and Mina wasted no time. They decided to make a beeline straight to Natsuko Tora and Tekla because, as you know, Maika and Tekla have some history against them because, of course, Hate has been nothing but a thorn into EXV's side, costing Maika last year the red belt, Mina being injured by them thanks to their shenanigans as always. But as always, we always see the shenanigans from Natsuko Tora when she gave the green mist onto Mina. But however, it was of course a metal pipe that by Tekla onto Micah, just walking her out, and just like that, it was over. However, Mina has just had enough with Tekla because Tekla was once again going on a temper tantrum on the president Okada. So Mina said that there will be a match between those two. The match is either if she wins, she Tekla has to do a formal apology and pay fines for what she did. But however, Tekla said if she wins, well, she'll pick an opponent of her choosing. So we'll see what that means. So you probably can guess this is far from over between those two. Our next match, we continue with more of the first round matches, our last two matches of the Cinderella tournament. We have Aya Sakura and Hanako. Of course, there's a lot of history between those two. Now, those who don't remember or not, Hanako and Aya Sakura made their debut back in March of 2023. They were part of a batch of girls that made their debut there. Originally, they were never part of a faction or any group, but they were a tag team through and through until Aya Sakura, of course, was out of action for months due to an injury during that year, all the way to the start till the possibly February or March of 2024. However, you probably can guess there's a lot of frustrations. Hanako in the press conference had to push her buttons, telling her that she'll never have the kind of affection that Tam Nakano has given to Kurara. So basically, Hanako has been noticing how uh, Sakura has been seeing how Tam treats Kurara like more equal to her. But however, this match ended in a 15-minute time limit draw. So basically, they were both out. However, because of this match, whoever was walking out of the win, they were supposed to face Azusa Inaba. But because of this match, Azusa Inaba has been given the opportunity to have a bye. So she has to wait until whoever walks out between both Rane Yagami and Asayaka Kurara in that match. Now, our next match, we have Tomoka Inaba facing last year's winner, Hanan. So that's a very interesting matchup. Of course, many people will love to see Hana pick up another opportunity to win. But, however, this match ended with Hanan applying a suplex. Now, before I proceed into the main event, which is our last match, I want to give something to clear up, people. I forgot to mention, what does the winner of the Cinderella tournament gets? Well, the winner of a Cinderella tournament can wish for anything, and mostly it's been about championship matches. Most specifically, I've seen throughout every Cinderella tournament, everybody challenges for the white belt. There have been maybe one or two instances they have challenged for the red belt, but who knows? But like I said, someone did commented about the possibilities if Kurara wins, she could actually bring back Tam Nakano. So that is something we could see. But it's very rare for things like that to happen. Or should I say, it never happens. But we'll see what happens. Now let's move on to our main event. Tam Nakano teams up once again with Starlight Kid, someone who's been part of her. She teamed up in the past, either with Stars or ever since Kid was expelled from Oedo Tai, taking on uh, Hate members Saya Kamitani and Konami. Now, of course, there'll be shenanigans from Hate as always, but Konami picked up the win when she applied a punt kick onto Kid, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Of course, Konami walked away with a grin on her face, thinking she will walk out. I'm sure Kid will figure a way out to make sure she does not lose the white belt. This will be Konami's fifth attempt, so we'll see what happens. But however, I did notice something in the post-match comments. Tam did this again. She whispered something into Starlight Kid's ear. I don't know what she said, but I'm kind of curious about it. So we'll see where that leads us. But right now, we are done with Stardom. Let's move on with our last and final review, AEW Collision. Okay, AEW Collision opened up with the Ops, Hook, Katsuyori Shibata, and Samoa Joe, taking on Jack Banning, Starboy Charlie and Titus Alexander. Now, of course, many of you would think, okay, this is over because the Ops picked up the win, and they did. Katsuyori Shibata applied the punt kick onto Titus Alexander, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Now, we did see, of course, Mercedes Monet making her way to the commentary table to, of course, to witness the match between Serena Deeb versus Momo Watanabe. Of course, Momo will be facing uh, Mercedes Monet at Revolution for the TBS title. Now, it's no secret that, of course, Mercedes has faced her before, but that was for the New Japan Strong title. However, of course, you would think the Serena Deeb will do whatever it takes to put away Momo, but Momo was able to walk away with the win when she applied the Peach Sunrise, and just like that, it was over. But of course, Mercedes Monet was not going to let this one slide. It wouldn't be surprising if she was trying to attack her, but Momo, she's a bit more clever than her. So she knocked her out. So the real question is, will Momo stop the money train? That is something we'll wait and see. Now, our next match, we have Harley Quinn taking on this person, hopefully I pronounce it right, Tat- Tatavik something. Well, she actually did it, guys. She picked up another win, but this time she did it with her finishing move. And I have to say, Shivani did a pretty good job saying it, which was awesome. I enjoyed it. So it was really great. Our next match, we have the Infantry, Carly Bravo and Sean Dean taking on the Undisputed Kingdom, um, Kate, Kyle Lee, and of course Roderick Strong. Of course, there will be some moments with the infantry try to play some different type of tactics to pick up the win. But however, Roderick goes, Kyle, and of course they just went high low onto Bravo, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Our next match, we have Hologram versus Dralistico. Remember, Hologram has not forgotten what LFI did to him last year in October, tried to take him out. And now he gets a somewhat of measure of revenge against La Facción Ingobernable. But however, of course, it was Hologram with a portal bomb, and just like that, he picked up the win. 1, 2, 3 is over. But however, Beast Mortals show up and attack them, and Commander even came out to help. But however, things did not go according to plan because Beast Mortal attacked Commander from behind. But you probably can guess that this feud between those two will continue. Now, remember, the Undisputed Kingdom had a little talk with, of course, Daniel Garcia and FTR. However, FTR were willing to admit, yes, the last time when they were in San Diego, they went out of crazy. But however, losing to them, it proves that maybe for now they are now declared as the best tag team. But overall, FTR is still the best. And of course, Adam Cole probably still has his intentions to win the TNT title. So we'll see where that goes from there. Our next we do see an interview with Lexi with the Hurt Syndicate talking about the Outrunners. Calling them that they are entertaining, but they probably will believe that they will walk out as still champions, which most likely could happen. But however, the Outrunners have their hands full with the premier athletes, more specifically Tony Nese and Arya Davari. And of course, as always, when it comes to the premier athletes, that Weasel strictly gets involved. But also the Hurt Syndicate gets involved. I don't know what they were trying to do. They did the same thing to Murder Machine, but luckily the total recall on Davari and the pinfall by Turbo, and just like that, the Outrunners picked up the win. Our main event, the TNT title, we have Lee Moriarty taking on Daniel Garcia. This match, you probably can guess there were moments between them as technical wrestlers, but it was in fact Daniel Garcia who walked away with the win when he applied the pile driver. But as always, when the old saying goes, a loser cannot stand a winner. So basically, Shane Taylor Promotions attack Daniel Garcia, but luckily, uh, the Undisputed Kingdom showed up to deal matters in their own hands. So we'll see what happens with them. So as of right now, we don't have any news updates. We are officially done with the reviews. and let's just call it a day. Well, as you probably can guess, we are 1 day away from having Revolution with AEW Revolution. So by the time this video is out, it's already be Sunday. So anything can happen. I am fully aware that there is another Stardom show. I don't know if I'll be able to see it or, of course, anything else, but we'll just have to wait and see. If things go exactly according to plan, I'm golden. If not, then we'll just stick with Revolution in case anybody asks. But as we speak, we'll leave things as it is. But right now, I will see you guys in the next DWZ time. Same to the DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye, and have a nice day.